Alrighty then, we're going to go through the warm-up drills that you'll be doing for at least my classes over at Thetford Sword Club. So it'll be the same warm-up each time. So to give us a head start, we're going to make this video and show you the variations depending on what grade you are at as to what part of the warm-up you're going to do. If you're watching this from elsewhere in the HEMA community, give it a go. See what happens, see if you like it, it's up to you. This is mainly aimed at the participants over at Thetford Sword Club to give them a head start. So the very first thing we're going to do is what I call the Zwerhaw Box. You're going to take a square stance. Now, for the most part, there's no variations for this depending on what grade you're on. Everybody's going to do it. It's largely, the more skilled you get, the more finesse you're going to be able to put into this. So what you're going to do is start with a thumb grip on your sword. Now, for all of this, if you don't have a sword yet, if you're a page grade, you're one of our beginners, you can either just go for a prayer position and do all this, or you can go for a double thumb. So you make a thumbs up and put your fist around your thumb to make another thumbs up, and you've effectively got a sword, and you can imagine we're doing a blade. If you have your own sword, you can do this, and especially if you are at the club, you will definitely have a sword available. So we're going to take a thumb grip and we're going to go for a Zwerhaw Box. So you're going to imagine you've got a box around you. You're going to parry one corner, so a lower corner to start with. Then parry the high corner above and Zwerhaw across the top and parry the bottom corner for one. So we go parry, parry, Zwerhaw, parry, 2, again, 3, again, 4, again, 5. Now you'll notice here my feet are twisting and I'm also moving the hips. If you're a beginner, it's fine to just kind of go up and loosely. If you're a bit more advanced, I want to see that hip action and structure in the parry, as well as hopefully, if you're getting your blade alignment right, you'll hear the swoosh as you do the Zwerhaw. But once you've done 5 going one way round, keep the same grip and do 5 the other way round. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm hoping the microphone's picking up these swooshes. 5. Once you've done 5 one way and 5 the other, you're going to switch grips. It might melt some people's minds, but just go through it. It's going to help warm up cognitively as well as physically. And with the same actions again, thumb grip, square stance, we parry to one side, twist the hips, lift the heel, good structure. Parry high, good structure, and Zwerhaw, parry low. 1, low, high, high, low. 2, low, high, high, low. 3, low, high, high, low. 4, low, high, high, low. 5, center up, go the other way around. Next up, we're going to go for sun prayer bow down. So you're going to take a knee on the floor. Now this one, if you don't have a sword, you can just rotate the arms as best you can. But if you do have a sword, this is ideal. So from the kneeling position, you take one step forward. Grab the pommel and the tip of your blade. The trick here is keep the elbows locked out. Don't let the elbows bend, right? But ultimately, we're going to aim to get the sword all the way behind the back. If you can't, you're going to get more mobility benefits keeping your elbows straight and being high, rather than tricking the movement, bending your elbows to trick your way into this position. You're not learning the mobility. So, what we want to do, we're going to lean back, bring the hip to the heel, we should get a stretch in the hamstring, and then come forward into our lunge, and with our hands on position on our sword, elbows locked out, bring the sword up and over as far as you can with straight elbows. If this is as far as you get, that's as far as you get. Over time, you'll get further and further back until eventually bring it all the way down until the blade touches your bum. Bring the arms back and then bow down again for 1, up and over and bow down for 2, up and over, bow down 3. We're going for 10 of these on this leg. 4, and 5. Really push the hips forward, get a stretch in the groin. Hamstrings, groin. 6, hamstrings, 7, and keep going at a nice steady pace. There's no rush to this. 8, 9, and number 10. Now, change hands, do it again on the other side. So lunge position, pommel, tip, 1 step forward, hips back, sit down, stretch the hamstrings, hips forward, arms overhead. Get the mobility in the shoulders. 1, backwards, forwards. 2, backwards, stretch, forwards, stretch. 3, notice how I'm doing a little bit of a pause at either end. 4, it's going with control. 5, no rush here, it's all mobility. 6, keeping the chest up. 7, and then chest up. 8, 9, and another for number 10. Good. No grade specific changes there, but you may find if you're particularly mobile in the shoulders, try and bring your hands closer in. So rather than holding the pobble, hold the bottom of the handle. Maybe instead of holding the tip, hold the weak. As your hands get closer, that'll get harder to get your hands round, but it's specific to your mobility. Next up, we do have some grade specific movements, and it's the exaggerated overhaul. Now, each grade adds on to the previous. So we're going to show you the page grade first, then the Squire grade does the page element, and the Cavalier grade does the page, Squire, and. You're more than welcome to try the higher grade up, being just a warm-up. However, until you learn the technique, this is what I suggest for your grade. Starting with page, we're going to be in our fighting stance, so the L stance position, and you're going to be in a Vontag, maybe Wrath type guard area. First thing you're going to do is twist round, and you're trying to get the tip to touch the back of your calf. Watch it and you'll see what I mean. So what we're going to do is wind up, take that Vontag into a Wrath, go all the way around and try and get the tip of the blade in a lunge to touch your calf. Now you don't have to actually touch, you just want to be aiming for it. So your elbows are going to be high, there's going to be a stretch up the side of the body, there's going to be a stretch into the lats, opening up your armpits. Then with control, you're going to unravel stand up and reach forward for a really lengthy overhaul. Doesn't have to be hard, doesn't have to be fast. So in real time, it looks something like this. We wind up, and then unwind and stretch. That's all it has to be. And that's the page grade, that's all I want you to do. You do 5 of those. So wind up and unravel, 1, wind up and unravel, 2, so on and so forth. I'm not going to go through all 5 because we've got all the other variations to teach as well. Once you've done the 5 on the one side, you switch the hands over and you do it again. Nice and slow. Make sure we're working out to the point you're going to feel the body begin to restrict, and you just want to go a little bit further. So for example, I'm starting to feel it there. I'm just going to sink a little bit deeper and then we release. For the Squire grade, you're going to add on a passing step. So you're going to wind up just the same as page and then unravel and reach forward with that overhaul. However, you're going to let the blade pull you as you do a passing step. The same again, we'd wind up, find that stretch, unravel, long overhaul and step. To return, just step backwards, blade into a Vontag, wind up and go again. Now, if you are Cavalier, we're going to add in a change to an ox after the long steps. I'm going to change hands to this, so you might see it a bit better. The same again, wind up, aiming for the calf, unravel, long overhaul, and step like you would with Squire. But this time you're going to let the blade carry on round and sweep into an ox. So you're doing that extra bit of momentum, that extra bit of cognition to figure out what your blade is doing and where the tip is going. So let's do that again. We wind up, unravel, exaggerated overhaul, passing step, continue down into sort of your elbow weshel position, bring the blade round into ox. I'm not really fussed because it's just a warm up whether you're doing a flat ox or a vertical ox, not fussed. Let's just get into that position. Then to come back, we come round, wind up into our Vontag, and then go again. And that's the Cavalier option. For knights, you're going to add in a retreating cut. So another overhaul as you return. So it's not just return any way, shape or form now, you have a specific return. So you do the same, you do the page, you do the squire, you do the cavalier, and then you're going to add on the knight element. All of these are 5 with each hand. So the knights, you're going to wind up all the same like a page. Unravel and overhaul like a page. Step forward, passing step like a squire, and then into ox like cavalier. But then what you're going to do is continue that sweep again into a second overhaul as you step backwards, so passing step to the rear, and sweep again into a Vontag, which can naturally lead into the lunge, more real time, with sweep, step, ox, and retreating cut as we go again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, everything's exaggerated here, really reach for it, and 5. Obviously knights, I'd want to see some better edge alignment out of you. Last up in the standard warm-up, we're going to go for the squats. Again, this is grade specific. Pages and squires, you're going to do the same, but cavaliers and knights are going to do something different. So page and squire, you're going to do 5 of these with each hand. So we're going to take our tip and pommel grip again and have your arms overhead and squat as best you can in that position. Now, same mobility challenges again. If you can only get to a quarter squat before your arms have to bend or fall forward, that's all you have to do. Your challenge is to keep your arms up, even slightly behind you, as we go into full depth squat. And you're going to work on that over time. Do 5 with the sword one way round, and then swap over, do 5 with the sword the other way round. That's page and squire, you're doing the same. Cavaliers, you're going to do an illusion press. So this time you start with the sword at your chest, same tip and pommel grip, except for this time, as you squat, you're going to press at the same time. So it almost looks like the sword is staying still as you drop underneath the sword instead. So you've got a little bit more shoulder action going on, you've got a little bit more thinking going on to get the timing right of lifting the sword at the same rate you're dropping down, and likewise retracting the sword as you come up. So your challenge is not to drop down, stand up and then lower to the chest. It's to take the sword off your chest as you squat, return to your chest as you stand up. Same for you. 5 and swap hands and 5. So unlike the previous one we did where you have to add on, pages and squires do just the overhead squat. Cavaliers do just the illusion press instead. Knights, you're going to go for a snatch. Stop giggling. An Olympic snatch. So you're going to take a tip and pommel grip, and you're going to lower the sword down in the hinge position and powerfully push the hips forward. So you're going to thrust the hips forward, and at the same time, you're going to use that energy to throw the sword up above the head. So if you've got experience with the Olympic snatch, great, use that technique. If not, you're going to try best to replicate this. So hinge backwards, it's a bit more powerful. We powerfully stand up and then drop into a squat with the sword overhead. Again, you're going to do 5, then swap hands and do 5 again. So yeah, this is why it's knights, a little bit more complicated, a little bit more power involvement. So going again, I mean the snatch is like, it takes a long time to learn anyway, not just off this one warm-up video. So hinge back, and then as we come up, powerfully thrust the bum forward, you'll be able to throw the sword. Try not to throw the sword out and around, try and go past the chest and up. So hinge, power chest up, landing. Hinge, power chest up and land. Yeah, great, the lower the squat you can land in, the better. Work on it over time. So just as a recap for anybody who's doing this at home, who hasn't perhaps got a sword, we can do the Zwerhaw Box with just our thumbs. We're still getting the hip and ankle action in. We can still do the sun prayer bow downs. We touch the floor, hands go round, touch the floor. We can still do the exaggerated overhaul, but likely if you haven't got a sword, you're probably only page anyway. So just go 1, really feel the shoulder blade stretch as you reach forward. We can still do the overhead squat. Now specific to each session, we'll then go into a warm-up play, but that will change per session depending on how far through the year we are. So we might be doing the Myers 16, we might be doing Dobringer's or the flourish of Dobringer. We could just be doing Myers square, depending on how far through we are.